Jane Coetzee, born on 9th February in 1940, about Jane Coetzee, John Marvel Coetzee, a South African-born novelist, essayist, linguistic translator, and recipient of the 2003 Nobel Prize in Literature. He is one of the most critically acclaimed and decorated authors in the English language. He has won the Booker Prize twice, the CNA Prize thrice, the Jerusalem Prize, and the Brix Femina, and the Irish Times International Fiction Prize, and holds a number of other awards and honorary doctorates. Next. Daniel Defoe, born on 1660 and died on 24th April 1731. Daniel Defoe was an English writer, trader, journalist, and spy. He is most famous for his novel Robinson Crusoe, published in 1719, which is claimed to be second only the Bible in its number of translations. He has been seen as one of the earliest uh, proponents of the English novel and helped to popularize the form in Britain with others such as Aphraban and Samuel Richardson. Defoe wrote many political tracts and was often in trouble with the authorities and spent a period in prison. Intellectuals and political leaders paid attention to his fresh ideas and sometimes consulted him. Next. Poe is 1986 novel by South African born Nobel laureate Jane Coetzee. Over around the existing plot of Robinson Crusoe, Poe is written from the perspective of Susan Barton, a castaway who landed on the same island inhabited by Crusoe and Friday, as their adventures were already underway. Uh, the genre of this work is novel, allegory, parallel novel, and detective fiction. Like Robinson Crusoe, it is a friend story unfolded as Barton's narrative while in England, attempting to convince the writer Daniel Ford to help transform her tale into popular fiction. Focused primarily on themes of language and power, the novel was the subject of criticism in South Africa, where it was regarded as politically irrelevant on its release. Robinson Crusoe, 1919. The first edition created the work's protagonist Robinson Crusoe and its author, leading many readers to believe he was a real person, and the book a travelogue of true incidents. Epistolary colonialism, confessional, and didactic informed, the book is presented as the autobiography of the title character Robinson Crusoe. Next. About Friday. Friday, a character who is the same across the books and yet incredibly different. Therefore, used Friday to explore themes of religion, slavery, and subjugation, all of which are supposed a natural state of being at that time in history. Coetzee uses him to explore more strongly themes of slavery, black identity, and the voice of oppressed. In neither book is Friday left simply to be a character. He is instead always used as a device through which the reader can explore other topics. Next. When Friday is first observed and described, it is clearly obvious that one was purposefully meant to contrast the other. Your master says the slavers cut your tongue, but I have never heard of such a practice. Is it the truth that your master cut it out himself and blamed the slavers? This is dialogue from Coetzee's book. The fact that this question is never answered, and the all attempts to force Friday to communicate failed. drastically leave the reader wondering whether the slavers that captured Friday removed his tongue or whether that was done by the colonist Cruso, who felt there was no need of a great stock of words. James, James Coetzee and Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe tell two contrasting stories about the life of a savage manservant named Friday. First, Friday is incapable of speech due to a horrific mutilation done to his mouth. Defoe's Friday is capable of speech and is taught to understand this and speak the English language. It is impossible to know which author tells the true story about Friday. Next. The representation of Friday in these two texts is vastly different, and one could hardly believe that the two were in fact the same character, with different histories and different personalities. In fact, all both have in common is playing the role of the non is playing the role of the non-white slave in the text to serve a literary purpose in both reflecting the views of wider society towards non-white people and in showing the development of other character. Friday's past will forever remain in the shadow because he can't speak. Coetzee's focus in his novel is to critique the flaws in Defoe's Friday by giving his more realistic interpretation of the character in order to show the reader the the true fictitious nature of the castaway genre. Coetzee's work can be considered a post-colonial critique of Defoe's Robinson Crusoe. The novels share view. The novels share very few similarities between the two Friday characters. Friday is a cannibal and he is the slave in the master-slave relationship he has with Robinson Crusoe. Next. But while there are only two significant similarities, the difference between the two Friday are so much and extent that they seem like two entirely separate individuals. Everything from their physical appearance down to their behavior and interactions with other characters are all unique to each Friday. The novel Robinson Crusoe is an idealized castaway story created to captivate the mind of young boys and teach them what it takes to be a man. Coetzee is a critic of Defoe's novel and the castaway genre in general. Next. The concept of white and black. Concept of white and black can be found in both literary texts, in Robinson Crusoe and in Coetzee's poem. Crusoe represents white side and Friday represents black side. Susan finds Friday a slave and Crusoe is master because of their skin color. At that time, a black man always works as slave under white men. Here I have one example of Priyanka Chopra. She shares her experience about this situation in which she was bullied for her appearance, particularly for the color of her skin. In an interview with the Associated Press, the actress said, "I was treated differently because I'm brown color. I was called brownie curry, and they told me go back on the elephant camel." In today's also we face this situation, and some people go throughout in this situation, and this problem is constant. Next, here is a citation